In today's Albion Online video, we're going to be doing some Tier 5 Yellow Zone wood gathering. We're also going to gather enchanted leather and stone if we find any. But what we're going to do is, or rather, why we're doing it here in Enos Mon, and I'm pretty far away from home. I'm from Bridgewatch, and I saw a lot of resources in this corner when I was bot hunting earlier today, and I gotta tell you, man, like, they were all untouched, so I wonder if wood gatherers simply don't go here. Now, there is a risk because I am faction flying, so I can get downed, I can get beat up, suffer a repair bill, but what'll happen is I'm so far away from home that I'll just get unflagged. I can still keep gathering, I just won't have that 15% boost. So we're gonna start here, and there was a lot of trees in this corner earlier that were like untouched, so I'm gonna eat the gathering pork pie. And, okay, so these are just one taps now. I don't know if that was the case earlier when I saw them, but it looks like someone does come here and gather the trees, and all the stone is gone now, too. But yeah, earlier today, these things looked full and juicy, and I was like, oh, I gotta make a gathering video. I gotta come out here, and yeah, of course they're all dead. As soon as I'm ready to film, all the resources are done. But hey, you know, that's a good thing for you guys, so you can see the reality of why generally I don't recommend gathering in yellow zones. I tell people they should be gathering in blue zones. And the reason why is that the resources come back faster. Also, I don't want to fight that guy. I would rather just not fight him. So I'll let him chop his tree. Though I could run from him. I just have spike gauntlets. I don't have anything special. He's got sustain. I don't. I would have to run in an elongated fight. Now, another thing, too, in this video, and these trees are also empty. Man, that sucks. That is bad. But I'm not running journals, and there's a reason why. So in Bridgewatch, there was none for sale. And I was too lazy to swap out one of my laborers to buy them from my own laborers. So, yeah, no journal profits today. I'm sorry. But, you know, we're gonna see how much this earns in 30 minutes. There we go. We got a little, you know, a three-hitter there. And can we not get these pigs in the way? There we go. We gotta bash the pigs because they're gonna interrupt our gathering if we don't. There we go, got them. Alright, chop the trees. And yes, I could gather the pigs. They are tier 4 hide, but they don't drop babies or anything. They can drop tomes, so I figured why not. I don't need the tier 1 scrap of hide, though. So yeah, we're gonna, when this pork pie runs out, we'll see how much we earned, and then that is our, we're gonna multiply that by 2. That'll be an hourly amount. It's not exact, you know, it's estimated, but hey, better than nothing. And we're gonna be looking at the prices in Bridgewatch, because Bridgewatch, it's not the best place for trees. Like, you can't harvest trees in the steppe regions. There is the, you know, the Marlock regions that have trees, but there's not that many trees, so whatever. Alright, just chopping trees. Now, I was hoping to get that big chunk of tier 5 trees, but I guess earlier today, you know, they were nice and juicy, and now today they're, or this part of the time, I guess, 7:53 UTC. You would think that, you know, not many people on right now, that it would be a good time to go gather, but I guess someone out here has the same idea, and they've already nabbed them. Also, I have no idea if Enos Mon is even that good for gathering at all. It's 3 zones away from Fort Sterling, and that's, or, I'm sorry, 3 zones away from Limhurst. And that's what's important. When you gather, you want to be at least 3 zones away from town so that you have your faction bonus, which I'm not getting because I'm way too far away from town, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I'm way too far from Bridgewatch to get a faction bonus. So that's going to hurt me a little bit because I'm way deep into enemy territory here. Also, yes, that is enchanted, but it's travertine. Travertine sucks, even after the patch. Also, I don't want rough stone, so I'm going to trash that. There we go, a tier 5 tree, thank you. Look at that. I don't think the tier 5 trees are even worth anything. Oh man, 11 tier 5 wood is only 1,000 silver. That sucks. That is awful. Awful, awful, awful. But hey, we might find a, you know, a nice 5-3 or a 4-3, and that's going to make the big diff. We'll see what happens. Also, I will be grabbing rough stone because those are worthwhile. And I just want to point out, I am sick of the comments from, I don't know if it's new players or just really ignorant players that assume that the open beta server is going to be anything like the actual launch's economy. It won't. There are people that are like, I spent an hour farming 1,000 rough stone, and on the beta server, it's not worth anything. Well, no shit, it's not worth anything on the beta server because no one's going to be building houses and infrastructure on the freaking beta server. Why would they? That's not what the beta server's for. It's for farming a skin and having, a really fast start to see, like, if you want to, go this route or that route. Though the test server, you can test everything you want anyway. So this guy over here, I noticed that, he's dismounted, but I don't think he's going to mess with me. I can just run away if he does. I've got 2 invises, I've got boots, I've got an 8-4 fist weapon, so I'm not the most defenseless person ever. Alright, a 2-hit on this cedar tree. Oh, man. Let's see. Alright, now we got to dance around the bears here and get these trees. Yes, Mr. Bear, I am taking your habitat away from you, but it's okay. They'll respawn pretty shortly, so it's only temporary, brother. Now, if there's a lot of bears, I can kind of gather them all up and smash them and, yoink their skins. They don't drop babies. Now, that's an enchanted bear, so he's got to go. He has got to go. We kick him in his face, and then we punch him really hard in his nose, and he's down. And it's only one hide, because someone got it earlier. Well, technically 3, because of the premium bonus, the gathering bonuses, etc., etc. But, yeah. Alright, see, this tree already came back. I think this is one of the trees. Bear's slapping my butt. Well, he's slapping my mount's butt. I guess he's into it. But yeah, we're just out here chopping some trees, brother, man. I mean, what else are we supposed to do? It's a gathering video. You clicked on it. You knew what this was about. It's about gathering. We're gathering the wood, and we're gonna sell it, and we're gonna see how much we make when we do it. And I gotta keep getting rid of these rough woods that I accidentally grab. Yeah, I was hoping that it's like early morning time, and these would be juicy 5 out of 5 stack trees, but they're not. They never are. I mean, yellow zones are really not the best, but I mean, for every time I run a test of blue zone versus yellow zone for wood cutting, it's almost always better in the yellow zone, specifically for wood and only wood. All the other resources, you're better off in blues, but I'll do another test at some point. I mean, I might as well. That's kind of what my channel's known for, is doing the tests, doing all the homework other people don't want to share. There's people out there that are in, like, guilds and crap, and they do this kind of research, but they never share their results except with their little inner circle, because they don't want to share the wealth. They don't want to share the knowledge. And, I like to share. I do like to share the wealth. Now, speaking of sharing the wealth, if you made it this far in the video, thank you so much. And I do have a couple giveaway, well, a giveaway, I guess, of a game called Skull and Bones. Skull and Bones it's like a pirate naval game. You're going to need a pretty good computer to run it. And yes, it is for computer, not phones. It doesn't run on a phone. I don't have console copies or anything like that. And if you want to play it, there's a link in the description to my Discord server. Join the Discord. You have to pass the questionnaire and then become a chat rank in the Discord server. All you have to do to become chat rank is just play games with me. It's really easy to get. And then you'll be a chat rank, and then I'll give you the game for free. It's like a $90 game. I'm not even joking. It's a $90 freaking game. It's not that good. I played it like the start of the game is great, and when you get to the end game, it's like this weird simulator thing. I don't know. Like, it just kind of falls off. But hey, it's a $90 game. If you want a free game, it's pretty easy to get. I got like 20 keys to give away, so come get them. All right, we're gonna go ahead and yoink the pigs here. Go ahead and yoink the pigs. Whatever. We'll leave one pig as a reminder, not that we're not to be messed with. I don't think Enos Mon is a good place to harvest trees anymore. Now, when I was hunting the bots, the trees looked nice and juicy. I don't know how trees look juicy because they're, wood is a very dry material. I guess if it absorbs a lot of rain or something. All right, we got another gatherer to our left here. He's kind of near his outpost though. He's not gonna try nothing. Yeah, he's just chilling. He's just chilling on his little mount. My mount's a bigger mount than his, so I think we're good. Also, in this middle area, it's a world boss, so everyone gets PvP flagged when they enter inside here. Bunch of little wolves that are dead there. Don't want the wolves. They're only like tier 3. It's still good. It's still a good resource, but it's going to fill up my bags, and I don't want to fill up my bags that quick. Alright, so we're going to punch this tree, and we're going to punch this tree, and then we're going to punch them extra hard. There we go. And they're gonna crumble, and then we're gonna just hack their body to pieces. It's very brutal out here in Albion Online, I tell you that, man. It is absolutely... We're monsters. We're killing tree creatures. We are killing their tree cousins. All these dead wolves too, man. Like, I'm tempted to click on them. It's free money, right? It's literally free money. But we must chop the trees. That's our mission today. Now, there's an enchanted pig over there. We're going to punch him in the face. That's what we do. Enchanted, you gotta die. Boink. And give him a little kick slap. There we go. Alright. Imagine one-shotting a pig in the real world, like a boar. They're literally boars. Imagine that you can just punch one so hard they just die. I don't even think the top, like, UFC fighter, bodybuilder, strongman could one-shot a boar with his fists. At all. It wouldn't even be close. It would take, like, thousands of punches to bludgeon one to death, I think, in my opinion. Boars? They're tough creatures. Like, okay, think about it like this. In the real world, you encounter a boar, you're most likely going to die if you're unarmed. You are dead. If you don't have, like, something to climb up on, they can climb, too. I'm pretty sure they can climb. At least certain structures. Like, you're basically just dead. They're gonna gore you with their tusks, and then you're donezo, right? You're absolutely done. End of. Now, these boars, they got little baby tusks, but they can still pierce your skin, man. They can still get you. You gotta watch out for them. Now, obviously, as a human, you have the capability to be, like, fully armed whenever you want. I guess depending on your country. But, you know, a knife, a stick, you know, a rock will greatly increase your odds of survival, okay? If you're out having a hike in the mountainous, you know, regions of the wildlife zones, if your country or area of living even has that, and a boar comes at you, just get a big old rock and start smashing. That'll do some damage, okay? That'll definitely do some damage. But I'm not a survivalist, you know. Don't be like, I went on a hike and I listened to Soul Binge and I hit the boar with a rock and it didn't work. Well, your rock wasn't big enough or you weren't hitting it hard enough, okay? It's not my fault that you lost the fight. Okay? Alright. Why can't we find a whole bunch of tier 5 trees? Enchanted boar! Oh, we gotta punch him. We gotta slide, uppercut him. There we go. And then we get the hide. Yeah. Man, I need a new game with gathering. I just need like a new MMORPG where you can gather shit all day because I'm already like maxed out at everything in Albion pretty much, so I don't really have a reason to gather anymore. Other than to like make a video every once in a while. What do we have in the corner here? This guy a little brawling build, huh? A little brawling build. Likes to brawl. Okay, we're gonna see if he's throwing axes at something. Alright, chopping down the trees, getting the resources. Like, he looks like he's leaving me alone, but is he farming the trees, or what's he farming? Also, okay, so I thought something was hitting me, but he's I don't like dismounting next to him if he's in combat like that, so he's fighting wolves. So we'll hang out nearby, you know, I'll chop some trees, and he'll move along maybe. He might be there a bit if he's like a low-level skinner, because it's going to take him some time. Whereas I can just vacuum up these resources like nothing. And no, I don't want the rough logs. Yeah, he's just sitting there. He's definitely low-level skinny. He's not even wearing gathering gear. So he's possibly like, he's got like no levels at all. Alright, we got a blue tree over here. We'll circle back around in just a sec, because there was some tier 5 trees near him that I do want. And let's see, another blue tree here. Why are the trees blue? I don't know, but that's a 5-2 stone node. Let's grab it. 5 out of 5 hits. How much are these worth? Oh, they're worth like nothing. I'm just doing it for XP, I guess. Just doing it for the fame. Oh, he can't skin these bears he killed. He killed 2 enchanted bears. So I guess they're ours now. Let's see what the timer is. Okay, well that one's ready. 38 seconds on the other one. We'll go ahead and grab that in just a bit. Grab these tier 5 trees. Grab this tree. And, oh, what do we got here? A little transport dude. Oh, it's the same guy. He's just kind of riding around. Alright. Let's see. Do we have... Got another tree up here. Okay, we already got that one. Let's get this enchanted boar. There we go. 12 seconds. Now, as a troll, by the way... If you see someone, like, really far away from their home zone, you can troll them a bit, especially if you're a gatherer. And what you do is, like say someone comes up to me, and I'm not thinking, and they, like, try to trade me, like, a stack of, like wood or something. Not even a full stack, just a few little woods, you know. Most people will just click accept because it's free. It's free money. Why not? Well, what you just did is you made it where they can't fast travel back home. They can't warp home. They have to manually ride across all the zones to get back. And it's just a fun little troll. That, or they can unflag and go to Limhurst, right? So if you're okay with giving up a little bit of silver to cause someone a 15-minute trip, go for it. All right, this tree had a full stack on it. Look at that. We're 15 minutes in, by the way. This is what we got. We got 2 lumberjack tomes. That's nice. Getting lucky today with the tome drops. Very nice. All right, come here, bears. Time to punch and kick you guys. Look at them. They died in, like, sync. They, Why does this one have 1 hit, but that other one had 5 hits? How does that work? Like, is someone blind and they missed it? What's going on? Okay. Chopping these trees. We're deforesting the forest. Man, I miss deforesting in New World. New World was actually really fun. If you had a whole guild and everyone was ordered to chop the trees down, like, you would just see forests completely get deleted for, like, 10 minutes. They do come back, of course. I mean, if they didn't, then the whole world would be barren very quickly. I think that happened in, like, Ultima Online and back in the 90s. Like, they realized that if they don't, like, make things respawn faster, that players will just swarm like a parasite all over the entire map. Little 5-1 stone here. And just consume everything. And there will be nothing left for anybody. And then everyone will just get bored and quit and play something else. I think that Albion Online's resources take, honestly, I think they take too long to respawn. And I'm being real. Alright, so I'm gonna get this bear and this tree nice and stacked up. Now, I'm such a kung fu master that I can kick both of them at the same time with the same foot. I don't know how that works, but it does. And this is another 5-stack cedar log tree. I need to see how, if I find a 5-stack, I need to see how much it's worth. I'm curious. Alright, what we got over here? We got, let's see, blue trees. A 4-2 tree. Nope, not the rough log. Get out of my inventory, rough log. Don't want, I don't, look at the little critter that's near the tree. You're like standing on top of my mouse cursor on purpose so I click on you and you die. It's they want to die. Alright, so here's a 5-stack. We're going to see how much this bad boy's worth. Alright, so right now our 5-stack is worth 23,390. 23,390. 24, so it's 1,000, like 500. It's like 1,500. That's it? I bet the blue stack is worth more. Let's see. 32,100. Okay, 32,100. Click on the tree. 32,850. So that's worth 750. Man, trees suck. What's going on with the tree market economy, huh? Alright, I don't have gathering gear for leather, but let's see it. 13,459. Not even a full stack. 15,355. Yeah, that's why we get the enchanted animals. That's why we skin them regardless. No, rough log, get out of my inventory. Stop it. Jeez. Oh man, you know, gathering used to be really good back in like 2019, 2020, because no one did it. Everyone was like, "It's a PvP game. You got a PvP black zone," and they're still kind of like that today. Like, people just don't change, man. They just don't change. No, I don't. I don't have the PvP. I can sit here and chop trees all day, watch anime, watch movies, brother. Oh, man. Nothing good to watch, though. Like, being a NEET has its downsides. And you run out of content. You run out of stuff to consume. And I know people feel like that sometimes with me. It's like, you know, some people want me to make hours-long videos because they have hours-long worth of gathering to do and stuff. And it's like, I'm sorry. You know, sitting here and talking to myself in a dark room, it's not really the life I imagined. I feel like it's too late in my life to, like, change or make a difference or start something new. I don't know what I could do, really. Like, okay, so currently I play video games and I make videos. What else is there to do? Like, I'm not gonna learn how to be a doctor. That costs too much money in college and schooling, and I don't really want to be a doctor. Like, it would be cool if I could, like, touch a doctor and absorb his powers and be like, yeah, bring it, let's go. I can you know, stitch up a person bleeding out on the street or something really quickly. That would be neat. That would be a handy dandy skill. But I'm not going to be able to get the certifications for it. I'm not going to be able to profit off of the knowledge of how to do it, at least not legally. Okay, and so what can I do to make some money, to be able to live a normal life and buy a car? Because I don't have a car. Like, it's weird not having a car. Like, my whole early, like, life, when I was a young teenager, I would hustle and bustle, like, Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh cards and snacks at school. And I also entered video game I used to be a pro gamer. I know I've shared this a lot on the channel, but I used to be a pro gamer. And I was never big into the pro gaming. Like, I wasn't like, oh, I just won $1 million. Like, if I won a fucking $1 million in a tournament, I wouldn't be a YouTuber. I'd be retired as hell, man. But no, you know, just little small piddly amounts, like, oh, $300 here, $400 there, 1,000, you know, 1,000, you know, 1,200, whatever. And oh, full stack on the tree here. It's only 1,000 though. But yeah, so I worked my ass off in my young teens to be able to buy a car, right? And then it would break, or my parents would drive it and break it. I have to grind it out again. Grind, get a car, grind, car dies, grind, etc., etc. And, you know, then I got a job in retail, and I had to grind to keep the car repaired, because driving back and forth from work was really draining on the car. And I went through several cars doing that. And, no, I don't want rough logs, ew. And, like, I remember one car, I drove it and repaired it so much that eventually, where I'm from, the car was so old, it was illegal to drive. And I remember driving this car without power steering. And so I was just, like, getting super sore forearms, turning the damn thing just to get to work. Luckily, I didn't have too many turns to get to my job. But it was, like, when I did to make it, like, to turn to get in the parking lot or to leave, like, the apartments I was at, it was like a freaking workout, man. Without power steering, cars are very hard to steer. But I was a very strong lad. I was going to the gym every day. I was young. I was a young, healthy buck. And I would just put all of my force into that steering wheel. And I would get it to turn. I'm like, who needs power steering? You know, it costs too much to freaking repair. I'll just get a good arms workout before I go to work every day. Oh, man, such sore muscles. I see a 5-3 over here on my left. Hopefully no one runs up and yoinks it before I get a chance to grab it. All right, this might be a money item. Let's see how much... Oh, only 3 out of 5 hits? That's fine with me, even though I don't have the gathering gear for it. All right, let's see. That was worth 3,000. 3,760 for 5-3. This is a joke. If I go into a blue zone and get 4-3 leather... That would have been 100,000. I'm not joking. That's fucking stone market. Robin Hankey's Fix Your Game. But yeah, so I drove... Okay, so that car has a lot of fun stories with it, okay? I drove that car until it was fully illegal. And I remember, I put my life on the line to try to cheat the system so I could keep driving it to save more money. And so here's what I did. I'm in the ghetto, in a very dangerous area where there's lots of very dangerous gangs and violence and crime. But I went even deeper into, like, the worst of the worst part of it, right? The very, very worst part of it. And this was like, it was a chop shop that's not on the grid. It's not like an open public business. It is literally behind a few other buildings, a private property. It's gated off. And the gate had, like, recent gunshots all over it because there was a shootout in their lair, so to speak, okay? This is literally, I'm not joking, this is a real place. And I had heard about it, you know, just asking people who I worked with and just around, you know, if they know any shady places that might take cash under the table to do some things. And so I went there, and I immediately get held up. And at this point, like, I didn't care, man. You have to realize, when you work in retail, you know, death is a good thing. You don't have to... If I got shot in a freaking shady chop shop, I don't have to worry anymore about anything. I don't have to worry about going to work or being late or nothing. It's just... I'm just happy. I'm at peace, okay? But I want to freaking save money, and I don't want to have to, like, get another car, because the job I'm working didn't pay enough anyway. So I roll up, and you know they're asking me what am I doing there? What's going on? Who am I? Am I a cop, etc.? And I'm like, no, man, I just, you know, I'm driving this car, and it's like illegal to drive. And is there anything y'all can do to get it to pass inspection, right? And they're like, well, how much money you got? And I'm like, well, you know, I got this amount. I don't remember how much exactly I told them, but it was, you know, it was a good amount. It was like a paycheck's worth in retail at the time. And they're like, okay. You know, I showed them the cash, and they didn't rob me or anything, right? And they're like, okay, we'll see what we can do, but you gotta drop the car off. And I'm like, okay, because here's my thought. The car had a blue book value of $300. It is worthless, right? If they stole the car, whatever. Who cares? It's their problem now. It's illegal to drive. And so what they ended up doing is they just like they have like a giant book. And I asked them like what they, you know, I came back later and asked them what, you know, what they were doing, and they had a giant book of everyone they knew and what cars they drove, all their former customers, all their former associates, and you know, gang members and stuff. And they were finding people that had the same car as me, and they would run it as the inspection, and then do a thing with their computer somehow to make it where it's my car that's getting inspected, and they couldn't get it. They couldn't get it. Like, they couldn't do it. Right? My car was just too far gone, and they're like, "Sorry, man. There's nothing we could do." And they were real nice. They were actually very nice people, you know, for being criminals and stuff. But I tried to tip them for their time and effort and money, and they're like, "Nah, man, you're good, bro." Like, because like one day I had shown up to check on it in my work uniform, and they had already looked me up. They already like checked everyone. They knew they ran, you know, my car's stuff, and they already knew who exactly what I was and what I did and where I worked and where I lived and who my family was. And they saw me as a non-threat. They saw me as just some guy trying to, you know, put a middle finger to the government and and you know, save a little bit of money, and just a hardworking, regular, average Joe. That's what they saw me as. Okay. And I was like, well, do y'all know anyone that can? And they're like, no, man, there's really nothing you can do. And, you know, I got sent on my way. And then I I sold the car to a firefighter so he could shoot it with his guns in the countryside. So a firefighter bought the car at Blue Book value, $300, whatever. And then he shot up the car. So there you go. That was, that's what happened. That is, and so what I ended up doing was I talked to everyone I worked with and who had a car. And one of my bosses that I worked with, he had a car, and I bought it from him. And his family was upset that he was selling me the car, but the boss really liked me as an employee. So working hard actually kind of paid off here. But that car was so, it had like 230,000 miles. It was broken as hell. It was old as shit. And that car was just a huge money trap of repairs. But it, you know, the thing is that I could legally drive it, and it was the cheapest possible like way to do it. I still paid like half my life savings to be able to get it, and then like I put another huge chunk of money keeping it repaired and operable so I can get to work and stuff. And at the end of the day, it met a similar fate. What happened was, like, everything fell apart all at once one day on it, and I was like, man, I gotta get rid of this thing. And I was just going to random strangers at like car repair places, seeing if anyone wanted it. I was like, I'm gonna junk it, but you know, I'll take like $300, which was, hey, again, the Blue Book value of it. And yeah. So what happened was, the shady guy that bought that car freaking illegally drove it through toll roads and racked up a huge debt, which I got forgiven by a judge. Because I didn't even sell the car legally, apparently. I mean, like, they were like, you should have looked a guide up online, and I'm like, well, I don't have a phone. And they're like, what? And they, you know, they checked, and I proved to them. I'm like, I don't own a phone. Well, they're like, well, you should have went to the library. And I'm like, well, you know, in middle school, I got banned from this library. And they're like, well, you should have went to another one. I'm like, well, I don't have a car to get to these libraries. And they're like, okay, fine. Just, you know, we'll just forget about it. I mean, they said some legal jargon, but essentially I got it removed. Yeah. So what happens? Okay, so here's what happened, right? The guy I sold it to drove through 3 countries. He was a repair dude, so he repaired the car, but he drove through 3 separate countries somewhere, and now that car is somewhere in somebody's life doing something, like thousands of miles away. Oh man. Okay, so we've been gathering about 30. We got like 20 seconds left, man. We got 20 seconds left. We can get these tier 5 trees. Let's chop them up. Let's get them knocked out. We'll see how much we earned here. And and then there was another car I had, but I had to pay bills, and YouTube doesn't really earn much. Like, I looked at how much I'm earning from Albion vids, and 120,000 Albion views is $5. That's it. That's all I get, man. Oh no. All right, let's finish chopping this boy up, and then we're gonna teleport out and see how much we earned. It's you know, we got these tomes. We got some enchanted. Oh, I guess I killed a 4-3 pig. Look at that, 77,000. I didn't even notice there was a 4-3 pig somewhere in a pile of pigs. We got a little lucky there. That's cool. But let's see how much we earned, and is it worth doing tier 5? You know, yellow zone wood chopping? Probably not. Repair bill 26k. That's pretty normal. Whatever. Who cares? And the way we're gonna do this is we're just gonna go to my island, deposit the gathering tools so we can see the estimated market value, and then that's basically it. Because I'm in Bridgewatch, wood's worth a little bit more, so we'll check that as well. But right now, I made 527,000 silver, as you can see, in 30 minutes. So this is clearly 1 million per hour if I did it for an hour, but I would need to hit 2 more tomes. These are worth 170k. I would need to hit another 4-3 high. This is worth 80k, so if we combine that, that's like 225k. That's a little under half of what we earned from just being lucky, okay? So if we take away the lucky drops, we're going to take away the 3 lucky drops, and we only made 276,000, which would be under 500k an hour, which is really freaking bad. But we did get some lucky drops, so it's not entirely terrible. Now, I will say that in about an hour, I average 2 to 3 tomes. So probably really not a million an hour, but at the same time, you got to factor in those faction points that you're earning. Oh, I can claim that. Look at that. That's nice. I didn't realize I unlocked that. And, you know, that'll help a little bit, but, and also journals. If I had journals, I would have filled a bunch of those, and that would be more money. Dude, there's a guy here. Look at this little pouch. This guy's gambling. Huh. I wonder what the price is. I got to see the price. Is this sealed royal? They're down to... Oh, dude, that's free money. Thank you, guy. Yeah, we're gonna... All right, we just bought 90 bags. Cool. All right, so this is now a sealed royal sigil gambling thing. 1.14 mil. Yeah, let's just pop these open. You know what? That's too slow. Oh, okay, never mind. I have to do it like this. We're at 1.14 mil, and let's see if that goes up or down, okay? And, dude, that guy gave that away. He shouldn't have done that in public. He shouldn't have done that around other people. Because hell, you know, when I did the math last time on this, unless they changed it, that's free money. And I'm not getting that. Oh, look at that. We got a tier 8. Booyah. Jackpot. Look at that. We went from 1.14 mil worth to 1.24 mil worth. So, yeah. Free money right there. Thanks, pal. I can't believe they were so cheap. Why are they so cheap? Do I need to make another video on these? They shouldn't be below 10 grand. We ended up with 1.31 mil. So there we go. We basically made a free 150k there. So I'm pretty sure this was a public knowledge thing. Look at this. Yeah, okay, yeah, they jump up after like that. So, yeah, you can still buy a few more and gamble there. But that 90 stack, dude. That 90 stack. What's the buy order? Only 6,800? Really? How much is selling per day? I gotta see. 700? Oh, damn. Dude, that's free money. I did 90. That means we could make 6 times that amount per day times 5 times, well, times 10 if you do the tier 3 zones, man. I'm telling you, dude. 150k times 10. Well, that's 1.5 mil for free every single day. Yeah. They should be 10 grand. Anyway, we're just gonna quick sell everything here. And yeah, there we go. Booyah! Easy money. Thanks so much for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this little gathering video and me talking about stupid crap. I don't know, man. Let me know what you want to see next. Here's a smooch on your forehead. Mwah. And leave a like, leave a comment. And that's all I got. What are we doing here? Nothing. Okay. If you don't click the video on the right side of your screen, here's what's going to happen. Gas prices are going to go up. Yep, sorry.